Hello everyone, welcome back to Series 2 of Come to Bed With Me. In this first episode, my guests are Ed Gamble and Matthew Crosby. They are two titans of the podcasting world, as I'm sure you know, and furthermore, they are lovely boys. In this episode, we talk about throat bolts, cock cages, and toilet plumes. Hope you enjoy it. How do you guys put your duvets on? Because there is
this is going to be bad. Is your answer the same as mine?
I think is your answer where you learnt it from?
No.
Okay.
My answer's that I pay a woman to do it.
Oh no.
Yes.
Is this on the pod now?
Yeah, we're off, yeah.
Oh no!
Yeah.
In which case,
Great.
then, no, I'll tell you, I put it on. Yeah. Just me and all my working class mates put it on together.
It's nice that you pay your wife, though. That's good.
Yes, it's good.
I go for the inside out.
The ghost.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Well,
then you get in it, hold the corners,
Yeah.
and then do you know where I learned that from? Anthea Turner on Celebrity Big Brother.
Oh wow!
She did it on that.
I remember that.
It's never left my head.
I remember that. Yeah.
I've seen people do that, but I've never managed to achieve it. I somehow end up being at both corners.
It's a size thing as well. I think.
Yes.
For people like us, we
Yeah.
can get lost inside this.
Yeah.
It's no good. You need to be a big, strong boy like Ed or Anthea.
Yeah. I'm taller than my own duvet. So.
That's right.
Yeah.
We need to pay a big, strong woman. But
Yeah.
Absolutely. I get Anthea to do it. That's the woman I pay. Anthea comes round.
what do you do before bedtime? Do you have a ritual? Do you have a set of things that you like to get done?
I'll be honest, this was going to be later on the thing that I'm annoyed about. But my bedtime routine has extended like gradually over the last year, and I'm really quite upset about it.
Okay.
Apparently there's things I should be doing and should have been doing for ages.
Okay. Should we come back to it?
I mean, we can.
With
but,
section 2.
But basically, that my bedtime ritual used to be I'm ready to go to bed.
Right.
I just take my trousers off, sometimes don't take my t-shirt off and just get into bed and go to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it should be.
Yeah, and
Are you angry about having to wash your face now?
Yeah.
I know, yeah. Because Ed spoke to somebody who said, what's your like nighttime skincare routine?
Yeah.
And he said, well, I don't have one.
Well, obviously, I just get into bed.
I just get into bed.
Not a lick of a wash.
Not a lick of a wash.
No,
What's the point? I'm doing it in the morning anyway.
But then your bed gets all...
So?
Just
Well,
pay,
then I wash my face in the morning.
just pay the woman more money, change it again.
Like, I could sleep in a flower bed and just get up and wash my face. It doesn't matter. That's why I'm washing it in the morning.
So is that just the face washing, or is there other things?
Oh, flossing as well, apparently.
I do
can't be bothered
floss.
with that.
Yeah, but apparently you've got to do it, and it just feels like the Americans have brought that in.
Yeah.
It feels like it's the Americanization of British culture, flossing.
Yeah. I get around that. I get me into dentals. And I have a good go while I'm watching White Lotus. So I just
Well, what do you
fold it into the
What do you do
evening.
when it's out of season? What do you watch
Oh,
instead?
Brooklyn Nine-Nine. You can do it with anything.
Oh,
honestly.
okay.
Oh, so you're
It
not
works-
just
it-
waiting
specifically
for
White
Mike
Lotus.
White
No.
White to bring out a...
At the moment, it's White
Sure.
Lotus. Yeah.
I
It
think
doesn't have to have white in the title because that's the teeth that you want.
White Teeth by Zadie Smith, when
Yeah.
that's, that
Yeah.
sort of stuff. That's what my dentist told me to do. So just while you're watching telly, just get the interdentals and be like, and I was like, I don't want to get divorced. But that's what it'll lead to, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because
It's gross to
It's
do it.
gross and it stinks
No
and little
offense,
bits are pinging everywhere.
No,
I
I'm-
bet your screen is absolutely coated with
Oh,
little bits of plaque.
This place is fetid. But that is the joy of living alone. And,
Yeah.
But I feel like it threatens to be a cycle, because the more fetid I make it, the more I will end up living alone. So maybe I've got to put a telly in the bathroom or something. I don't know.
But it's good you do. I mean, look, I don't think I could do it in front of the telly. I couldn't do it anywhere but the bathroom. Even though, and hear me out on this, I don't think we should be brushing our teeth or doing any teeth stuff near
Ever.
the toilet.
Yes.
I don't know why
Interesting.
this is the system.
No, well, you're not leaning over the toilet.
No, but the toilet's still there. Like, there's bum stuff and mouth stuff in the same room, and I think it should be. Let's do all the
Ne'er
mouth
the-
stuff.
ne'er
in
the twain shall meet.
in the kitchen. In the kitchen, do it in the kitchen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Eating, and then you can floss. Straight after you've eaten. But doing it near bum stuff is.
I completely agree.
It does make sense, yeah.
I listened to a documentary the other day about how clean toilets are. Because
That's nice.
Why wouldn't I?
Yeah.
You see that and you think, oh, this is great because I don't have enough complexes already.
Matthew will listen to anything.
I'll listen to any old podcast. But I was listening to it, and apparently, when you flush the toilet, you think, oh, I've flushed the toilet, everything's going down, going away. No.
Famously.
The plume.
Yeah.
I didn't know about the plume.
Yeah.
So the plume goes up, and where's the plume going to go? It just dissipates all over the place. Basically onto your toothbrush, and then you grab the toothbrush and go, oh, a bit of plume for the gob. It's gross.
And when I flush the toilet as well, I look right over it like that.
That's the only face
see it-
washing.
Make sure.
to see it all go
That's
down.
the only face washing you do, isn't it? You're like, I won't wash my face. What I will do is spritz it.
Also, our cat's litter tray is in the bathroom as well.
Oh,
So there's all sorts of stuff going on. Well, I don't know where else you'd put it.
I've not got a
That
cat,
judgment.
so-
No.
I do understand that, but at the same time, we've all been brushing our teeth with our butt spray for a long time, and we're all fine.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean we can't start a revolution, does it?
No, you're right. You're right.
What about brushing your teeth with cold water? That feels like it's not doing enough. Why do
It
you
should be hot
You should
water.
put steaming, boiling water in
not
your
boiling
hands.
necessarily? But if you wouldn't wash your hands with cold water and feel like you had really clean hands.
I do.
I do that.
Yeah, I
Do you?
Yeah, as long as
You
you're
wash-
using soap. The soap is the cleaning element.
No. It's the heat and the soap combined.
Have you watched a documentary?
I listened to a documentary about this the other day. It's the heat and the soap combined, guys. Genuinely.
Okay. Do you have a ritual? I suppose with 2 kids, is it sort of just...
Well, I do 2 bedtimes. I do a bedtime at sort of 7 o'clock ish for the kids, and then a bedtime for me at 7:15. Yes. I wish. No, you've got to go down and basically tidy. It's interminable. It just never stops.
You do the night tidy ahead of the sleep. You sort everything out.
Oh
before the
yeah.
morning.
I cannot. I know people who will go, oh, just do it all in the morning. No way.
That's me.
Or do you?
Yeah.
No, all the washing up, everything's got to be done. Everything's got to. You've got to come down and start the day afresh.
Yeah, I agree.
You can't start the day with all of the remnants of yesterday just everywhere. You can, apparently. I can tell from your expression that's exactly how you
The
operate.
remnants of yesterday, no, but the place is fetid. I'm happy with it.
You've got the remnants of yesterday, the week before,
Yeah.
7 years ago.
It's a museum.
Your house is more remnant than flat now, isn't it? It's all remnants. Have you ever? Did you remember that TV show that used to go around somebody's bedroom? I think it was like a dating show, an MTV dating show, and they would go around someone's bedroom and be like, "Look at what this girl has in her cupboard, and would you go out with her?" And one of the things they used to do was like do the black light over the.
See
It
where
was-
the jizz is.
Yeah, so you can see where all the stains are, and I just feel like if we turned a black light on now in this room,
Full of remnants.
yeah,
Yeah.
there'd be like entire body shapes on all surfaces.
What do you think
I don't know. I think you're rubbing yourself up against the furniture, Lulu.
achieving this? I feel like if you're
I think there are two. The dog and you are constantly rubbing
I
itself on
don't
the
really
furniture.
like. I don't really like the character I'm creating for myself in this episode.
You have used the word fetid about
yeah,
5 different
that
times,
was on me.
Fetid and remnant are the 2 words. You didn't
Yeah.
put that in the email when you invited us over.
No, I'm sorry I brought that into the room.
I've also taken to watching YouTube on my laptop, lying on my back with the laptop on my stomach, watching YouTube this close to my face at bedtime.
That's nice.
And last night, I fell asleep watching a video. I can't remember what the video was, and then obviously had some sort of night terror / just one of those weird. Muscles.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, little spasms.
Yeah, smashed the laptop straight into my chin.
Oh
That's
no.
a low moment.
Do you think?
Knocked myself out. Lovely sleep.
Do you not feel able to put the laptop away before?
Most of the time I do, but after I've started to fall asleep, and
Got
then I'll
you.
shut the lid and then pop it down if I'm watching, say, an old episode of Airline.
Okay.
Do you think it's achieving? Because you've got nice skin, Ed. You've got
bless
really
you.
nice skin.
Yeah.
Do you think it's achieving the same thing that those like robot-style LED masks? You know, you put those. You know the masks.
Oh,
you
the
wear?
terrifying one.
Yeah. Charlie's got one. My Charlie's got one. I think your Charlie's got one as well. Our Charlies have got them.
She bought a really cheap sort of Chinese knockoff one. And then I specifically went out at Christmas and was like, I'm going to get you one of these. I don't know if it does anything different.
Yeah.
But like a really expensive one, because I'm worried that this Chinese
cook your
knockoff one
face.
is just going to cook your face.
Yeah.
It's going to explode.
Because
Yeah.
it did just look like she was sat under the hot bit at a breakfast buffet.
The grill.
Yeah. She was just one of the warming lights,
Right.
Just looked like
Just to
like a
keep your
bad
eggs.
egg.
Yeah. Just to keep your eggs a bit rubbery. Big face like a rubbery egg.
I don't know. I mean, those things surely must be bullshit, right?
Yeah. I think this is the reason why I'm the same as you. No routine at the end of the day, because I think it's all nonsense.
Yeah.
It's all designed to sell you more products.
Do you have any of those things, Lulu?
I do have. I have face masks, like the ones that you slap on with the
leather
the
face.
cheap version of what you're talking about, just the 2-dimensional.
Like they
eye
got all like
eye holes.
gel in, yeah, but they feel nice. I get that.
Yeah, I think they're ruining my skin.
Oh, right.
I think they're absolutely destroying my face.
Are they covered in white spirit? What are you?
They are actually quite cheap Chinese. This feels now like an anti-Chinese episode, but they.
Oh, come on, the Chinese do a lot of things very
got
well.
Great products, but yeah, they are cheap Chinese face masks.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I do. I worry slightly about the effectiveness of those things. My agent buys me a new piece of technology every year for my birthday. And one of them is an eye mask that gives you an eye massage. And it's terrible.
It's like it could go so wrong.
Yeah. And it almost inflates until it feels like your head's going to pop off, and then it goes like that.
Like when you're getting your blood pressure taken.
Yeah, exactly. It's like blood pressure for the head.
Do you feel like Schwarzenegger at the end of Total Recall?
Yeah.
You know when he goes on, he takes his helmet off on Mars. Yeah.
And then recently he's bought me this thing you put around your neck. It's like a.
Is it all head related?
But it is. Yeah. It's like this.
It's a noose.
The two like little. He goes, go on, use that, mate.
Do us all a favour.
It's new technology.
Like bolts, you feel like Frankenstein's monster, and you get an app on your phone and you hit this thing. You got to put gel on your neck first, and it does this. I can't remember.
Like an ultrasound, like you put gel. You know when you're.
It's ultrasound gel. I think
It's ultrasound gel.
But
So you're putting it, and it just checks that your neck's not got a baby in it.
Is it nice?
No, it's terrifying. I've used it once because.
And does he stand over you saying it's alive? It's alive. Does he do it to you before you go on? Right, you've got a big gig tonight. It's a big tour show.
Yeah.
Give you some jolt from the
He
electrodes.
doesn't come to the gigs.
No, he doesn't.
He controls it. He has the app. He doesn't. He's in
So
America.
there's sex toys, but
Yeah. He stops a meeting with John Oliver and goes, full power.
Did you hear about that? That happened. There was like a big hacking thing. Again, I heard about this on a podcast, but there was a big hacking thing where people who'd got sex toys.
yes, their info had been leaked.
Their info had been leaked. And so people were wearing like cock cages that had been like hacked into.
Oh my God.
And they were just locked kind of forever.
Electronic cockpit.
Electronic. So the idea was you're wearing a cock cage and your partner can control it and be like, haha, you're in the cock
Right.
cage. I'm going to,
Can we just have a key? Wouldn't that be easier?
this is it. Go analog.
Yeah.
Go analog with your sex. Don't have an app. You know, because you're going to be hard. You know, something's going to happen is you're going to be like trying to pay for like parking on the Ringo app or something, and it's going to be similar. A similar
Well,
name.
it's going to be called Ringo.
Yeah, cock Ringo.
Yeah.
And you can accidentally lock your partner in.
Yeah.
And they're going to be halfway through, I don't know, an important presentation. I don't know
Yeah,
what people with real jobs do, but, important presentation at work and something, it's on too tight.
I hadn't heard about the cock cages. I'd heard about the vibrators and the. Yeah.
Well, anyway.
Yeah.
It's very...
We get different news.
It's
Yeah,
very
it's algorithms,
dangerous.
isn't it?
It's based on what I've been searching, It's
Yeah.
based on my search results.
Interesting.
Thank you.
That's what we do at bedtime.
Anyway, yes. We text each other and say, would you mind letting me out? And Ed says, no. You've been a naughty boy. You're staying in for another 48 hours.
Cage.
What's the worst place you've ever slept? I imagine this is going to be Edinburgh early days.
Yeah, a lot of that. I mean, but that's just on people's floors, right? Which I wouldn't necessarily do now, but at the time it feels like.
Did you do a whole month on a floor?
I've done a couple of weeks on a floor.
Oof.
I've not done a whole month on a floor. I've done a whole month, obviously like sharing a room with the rest of the sketch group. It would have been 2006 or 2007 where we had a huge amount of people in the flat. It was a big flat, but we had like maybe 12 people staying in the flat. And we ran out of toilet paper every day.
And
Do you think it was one person?
Whose fault is that?
Well, every morning we'd wake up really hungover, and Nish would go to the toilet,
And do a full roller.
Come back, he'd check, come back and go, "Oh no, we've run out again." And then he'd I'd watch him every morning have to pull on tracksuit trousers to basically clenched ass.
Oh no!
And then waddle to the shop, and I'd shout, "Godspeed, Nishant!" That was my catchphrase. That Edinburgh
Do you
every day.
On Big Brother once there was like a toilet roll watch, and they started filming But they couldn't film people actually on the toilet, but they put a camera on the toilet roll to see how much people were taking, because there were concerns in the house that people were using too much toilet roll.
That feels bad,
Yeah.
doesn't it? That feels invasive.
I felt like Channel 4 had the budget. Like they could have.
Oh yeah.
But they had to buy all their own stuff on Big Brother, right? They had to do the
Chores in
shopping.
order to get the
yeah.
shopping. Yeah.
Surely they didn't have to buy toilet.
I think they did.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
sort of feels
And water,
like
they
a
had to
crime.
pay for water. Yeah.
Oh, how about you? Worst place you've ever stayed
Again,
in?
Edinburgh. I did a play in 2002 about the Bible. Have I told you about this? The play I did about the Bible.
I'm going to try and be nice about
Yeah.
this. Go on.
Basically, I loved the Edinburgh Festival so much that some of my brother's friends at his uni were putting on a play, and they said, "Look, would you like to be in it?" And my brother said, "No, I wouldn't." But my older brother, Will, he'll come and join you. So I went and lived in York for a little bit and rehearsed this play about the Bible. It was on at the Underbelly at 11:50 at night.
What?
Yeah, it was, and
For a
That's
start,
not the Christians aren't knocking about. Then.
and it wasn't a funny. It
the
wasn't like
Underbelly is too cool for a play about
this
the
was like
Bible,
one of the
surely.
first years of the Underbelly. It was really grimy, half built.
Yeah.
Very post-apocalyptic, not at all biblical. And I was there playing multiple roles. I was played Moses,
Of course.
at the start. Yeah, because I had a bit.
Sorry,
had a
is
bit.
this play going through the whole Bible?
We did the whole Bible.
And is it-
yeah.
is it 55
It started
55
on the
minutes?
1st of August and it finished on the 28th of August, and it just performed. It was
Hang on,
performed
was it-
all the way through. And we
was
did-
it
we-
comedy? Was it like
No,
One
it
Man
wasn't-
Breaking
it-
Bad?
No, it wasn't a funny version of the Bible. It was just a really straight version of the Bible that they'd written. I don't know.
Like educational. Like you take it into a school, maybe.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, we were all wearing we were all dressed in sort of. Do you remember the Gap adverts? Everybody in chinos. We were dressed like that.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone was wearing kind of like
pastel colours and
beige clothes, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah, we were all doing that, doing this version of the Bible. And when we arrived, we were staying. Always a classic sign that things are going to go wrong. We were staying just outside of Edinburgh. Just outside of Edinburgh, so about sort of 5 miles away outside of Edinburgh, and we were staying in an old working men's club. And upstairs, it was like a gorgeous flat, like a really nice, well-appointed flat, and there was no remnants. There was no whatever, It was really good, and that was where all the producers and the writers were.
you have told me about this.
And then downstairs, it was the working men's club, and it was strip lighting that you couldn't turn off,
Right.
and there was water pouring down the walls.
Yeah.
So it was just constantly it was like not like a kind of calming water feature, just like water,
cascade.
just a cascade. And we didn't know where it was coming from because it wasn't always raining, but it was always water, just constantly coming down all around the electrics. And we had to sleep on mattresses on the floor, and there was like 20 of us in the cast. And so what started happening was people started going, well, if I start shagging one of the producers, I can sleep in a nice bed. So that's
Literally shagging your way to the top.
That's what I did. Yeah.
Did you?
No, of course I didn't. I didn't. And
he was the only one left downstairs.
I was by the end of it. Anyone at all? I'll do hand stuff. I don't care. It was all guys. So basically, all the girls just graduated upstairs and started getting off with the producers.
That feels like a punishment from God. In a way.
It really was. I lost my faith that month. I've never gone back to church.
I'm fascinated by this. Were you religious when you did it?
I grew up Catholic, so I was
Okay,
I was aware of
bit
the
Chriso,
work. Yeah, there's Chriso in my past. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But it was bad. It was a bad month.
It sounds awful.
It sounded really. Yeah, it sounds better than it was. It was really miserable. I had but obviously all I cared about was going to see shows all day. So I just went and saw loads of comedians, had a really nice time, and then just had a really
And
miserable.
then 11 struck, and it was Bible time.
One time we did. I think we had one person in the audience, and normally if you've got like 20 people in the cast and one person in the audience, it should always be
And that
more.
was Jesus, because he's always with you.
Yeah, he's all.
When there was one set of footprints
Yeah.
in the queue, time to cancel the show. But the play was performed in the round. It was just it was
Oh, God, that's an ambush.
Yeah,
That's-
so we basically had to kind of pretend like there were loads of loads of empty seats, but basically sort of favouring this poor person. And
Did you
telling
give
them
them the? Because if I've ever had like a show, not many people.
Yeah.
I give them the option. I say, do we want to do this? If it's four
That's
or,
not the
or
Christian
fewer,
way.
No, it's not the Christian.
No.
You've got to get them one by one.
Absolutely.
Never ask if they want it.
Never ask if they want it. Otherwise, the whole religion collapses.
What are you tired of at the moment? Ed, you've
Well-
already kind of like spaffed your load.
Yeah. Spaff my load on the bedtime routine.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, I don't know how long it's gonna last.
Okay.
To be honest.
Are you doing it at the moment then? So you're washing your
Yeah.
face, you're flossing your teeth.
Well, yeah, but the thing, people have very different ideas. Basically, I got into a big argument with a GQ journalist about washing my face. So I thought I'll give it a go. James Acaster, very pro washing his face. The guy is obsessed with washing his face. So I've bought a whole skincare routine, and I've been doing that before bed. But then my wife says just in the morning, just use water. Acaster says no, he cleanses his face in the morning as well. What if I then go to the gym and I come back and I need to shower and then I'm
Do it
cleansing again?
Yeah.
Just constant.
You don't want to be
washing
stripping
of the
away
face.
all your essential
all of my
oils.
essential oils. What about my natural essential
Lovely
oils?
oily face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're using a moisturiser though. And
I
like
always use a moisturiser.
An SPF
Always
moisturiser.
Yeah. But now I do. This is so boring. I'm sorry, but this is
No, the people want to know this.
cleanser, toner, serum, moisturiser, SPF.
And then you begin the contouring.
Yeah.
Then you do the big tiger stripe.
Foundation.
Yeah.
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 I then fully shave and wax my body.
And then you begin applying the green face paint to look like Elphaba.
Yes.
That's your next step. You film it all. You should see his
And
Instagram. It's amazing.
No, well, that's every night. And then my sheets are just caked in green.
That's too many layers on the serious layers.
Yeah.
That's too many layers of guff for
Do you
me.
think?
Yeah.
Yeah, a serum and moisturiser and whatever.
Hey, I'm only following the routine that I've purchased.
I think that's money grabbing. I think you need one.
Yeah, but I am an absolute mark for that sort of thing. So
Yeah.
people can grab money off me for anything if they tell
Okay.
me it's fancy, I'll do it.
Okay, and that's on record now.
Yeah, that's on record. Come get me.
Okay.
What are you doing at night? What are you doing with your face at night?
Look, I'm a grubby boy.
Listen, I am not on trial here. This is my podcast. I ask the questions. You don't ask the questions back to me.
It's not going to make me sound
Quick check
good.
with the black light and then into bed.
Well, I was just thinking with that black light thing. If you knew you were going on that show, why wouldn't you give your rim a wipe down? You know you're going on the show, and that suggests to me that they have given it a wipe down, and
Yeah.
yet still that wasn't sufficient to.
But I think it's exactly what you say about the toothbrushes. We don't need to see the black light. We can sleep on sort of slightly scummy sheets. It's fine.
Yes.
It doesn't really make a difference. It's not going to kill us.
If I knew I was going on that show, I'd write "I will kill again" in jizz on my wall. Yeah.
I'll tell you what I do. I have a shower before bed.
Every night?
Every night.
Okay.
I love a shower. I shower in the morning and the evening. I sort of rub something called CeraVe. I don't know how you meant to pronounce it. It's a cleanser.
I know the one.
Yeah.
Rub it vigorously over my face with my hand. Get out the shower. That's
I'm glad you specified your hand as opposed to your feet.
Well, you can use them. You can use those little scrubby mitts that people like.
Yeah,
Oh, I
use
know
scrubby
this, yeah,
mitt,
yeah,
no
But
way.
I just do a sort of one-handed, the other hand's on the phone, sort of flush, and then I'm out. So I'm
Who are
not-
you talking to on the phone?
so-
Are you calling your I'm doing it, Mum. I promise you.
The CeraVe helpline. I'm like, how do I do it again?
Oh, your hand.
one-handed.
Oh.
Yeah, evening, Lulu. Just your hand, just rub it vigorously on, and night. Speak to you tomorrow.
Do you know what it is? I think because my mum's a dermatologist,
Right.
so I think I've had too many products thrown at me and being told I need all of this. I've rebelled.
I take this on too easily, so now I'm going to go back tonight and be like, all I need to do is wash my face with one hand because Lulu's mum's a dermatologist.
Yeah, no, she's not happy
Right.
about
She's
any of
she's a
this.
two-hander.
Okay, so she doesn't back your
She's
routine.
got plenty of advice that I'm not taking.
Right.
Yeah.
What does she recommend? What should I be doing?
Yeah.
I think something
too
close
late
to what
for you.
Ed's. Everyone else save yourselves.
Just get a chainsaw and take the hell head off. This, you know.
Leave the cock cage. Oh man. Okay, what's your minor gripe?
Surprises.
Okay.
I don't like them, and I don't think that we should be doing them anymore. I don't think we should be doing surprise parties. I don't think things that you're preparing for someone's birthday should be a big surprise. And if it is a big surprise, keep it to yourself. Don't try and involve everybody else. My family are terrible for it. So the other day I texted my brother and saying, so what's happening with this birthday picnic yet? And he's like, oh, I hadn't heard about the birthday picnic. And I was like, right, great.
Yeah.
I've ruined the surprise because
Yeah.
no one told me it was a surprise.
Judas
But
of the
also,
event.
it's a picnic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the time you get into a park on the day of your birthday, you're going to have some sort of idea that your family...
You're being led.
You're being led to a park.
Also, a
Exactly.
picnic is not a good enough surprise.
I think this is it, you know?
it's a bad party.
What
But,
about?
but when you've got loads of little kids, it's kind of what you have to do. So you could have worked it out that it's
Yeah,
probably going to be a
yeah.
picnic, right?
Yeah.
Lots of little sort of, lots of kids under 7. It's going to be a picnic in the middle of the day. That's what you're doing
That's
for your
the best case
birthday.
scenario.
So why am I now the arsehole for ruining the surprise?
I think it's your reaction afterwards.
Yeah, no,
I think if you'd said, "Oh God, I'm so sorry,"
oh no, I did all
Yeah.
of that, and then I
privately said, "Well,
Well, no, quite publicly. I did it on a podcast.
yeah,
I was very nice to him and to his wife who was organising it, but now I've just been irked about it ever since.
I had a surprise party thrown for me when I was 18, and it massively backfired because I was meant to be going over to my mate Georgie's, and then I called her on the evening saying, "I'm sorry, I just don't feel like doing anything tonight. Do you
Yeah.
mind if we And I then got a call from my mum saying, I think Georgie's very keen that you come over to the house actually. And then I thought, right, well, I know what's happened here, and I had to act surprised.
I think most people going to a party, especially their own party, have got to do a certain amount of like personal G'ing themselves up to get into the headspace. So what you're doing is, even if you've got just a tiny iota of like social anxiety, you've got to just put it to one side the second everyone goes, ta-da!
Yeah,
You're going to spend the next 4 hours to look, this person who you barely know is it, like all of that
It's
kind of
too
stuff.
much. Yeah,
It's so overwhelming.
It's the laptop screen to the face.
It's a laptop screen to the chin, exactly. And you don't need it.
What, is it all surprises though? Or like, for example, like an engagement. Do you think that's a bad surprise? Like,
I feel like that has to be a surprise.
That has to be a surprise.
I absolutely hate the thing of like when people have talked about
discuss
it,
it over
discussed
breakfast.
it already,
Yeah.
and then there's been rings picked out already, and like here's or even it's going to happen, and this is where it's going. It might happen here. And I just hate that. It has to be a surprise.
I'll tell you the difference though between a surprise party and an engagement. An engagement, you can say no.
Yeah,
The question is
yeah.
literally, will you marry me? Not
you gotta
you're
go
about to marry me.
the-
So you can literally say, if at a surprise party everyone went surprise, and you could go no thanks and walk out.
You can do that,
would be
though.
fine. You can,
You
but
can
I
have
think
boundaries.
I think it's almost. I think people would be more accepting if you did that of an engagement than a surprise
Yeah.
party.
I think it's worse to say to someone, I don't want to spend the rest of my life with you, than to say, I don't want to spend this evening with you.
Yeah, no, it isn't.
Okay. Okay.
I think if you said no to an engagement, right, everyone around would probably be a lot more understanding, right? They'd be like, clearly they weren't ready, they weren't in that place in their life. If I found out that you'd walked out of your own surprise party, even me, who doesn't like surprises, would go, what's that problem? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I feel like that would be a harder.
It's dousing you in a terrible light.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think engagements are easy to walk out of, which is what I said to my wife on the night we got engaged.
My biggest fear
No commitment.
is being proposed, and it's not going to happen because I'm fetid, but is being proposed to in public, and then you feel like you have to say yes because you're in public.
Yeah, the flash mob.
And then you'd have to go home later and be like, I didn't want to embarrass you.
Yeah.
But it's actually a no from me.
Yeah.
But I think you've got to be pretty sure if you're proposing to someone, right?
If you're doing it on the jumbotron, yeah, you've got to know.
But I'd say even privately, you've got to be pretty sure.
I don't know. I think some people like.
Yeah, well, some people definitely don't know, but they're idiots. Those people.
Yeah.
It's also very harsh on the other person to be like, may as well take a punt on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, why not?
Yeah, why not? Go on.
Have you ever in your time as an MC had to deal with that? Like you've never had.
I don't even do birthdays. I'm not.
No.
Yeah.
Don't.
Someone would be like, it's her birthday. I just say, I don't care.
Don't
Yeah.
care.
We've all got them.
Yeah. It's probably someone else's birthday in here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
it's actually my birthday today.
It's just how.
I'm not making it all about me.
It's just how time works.
Yeah.
Closer to
Couldn't care
death.
less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are either of you married?
Yeah, both of us.
Okay, so how did you do the engagements? Did you do big surprise, public?
Public surprise, yeah, but Charlie worked it out before it happened because we were about to go out for dinner. we're in Paris. We're about to go out for dinner, and Charlie was in the bath, and she said, "Oh, before we go out, should we drink the entire minibar?" And I went, "I don't think so." And she was like, "Something's going on." Because
Is that normally
100% I
of
would,
an evening you regularly do
especially
that?
back then, I would have been like, absolutely, let's get hammered
yeah.
before we go for dinner. It'll be fun. But I was like, I don't think so. And she was like, right, something's going on.
That is sad that that's how she worked it out.
Yeah.
It's pathetic.
We're not doing our daily
Well,
ritual
listen,
and-
I haven't had a drink since August of last year, so
Yeah.
it's taken a while. It's taken a while to get there, but
Congratulations.
it was, it's fine.
Is what it is.
It's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm coming up to 10 years, so...
Congratulations to you.
Yeah, exactly. Makes you feel pathetic.
Had a few pints on Monday.
You had a few pints this morning, did you?
On Monday.
On the way here. How did you propose?
It was public, but in a quiet, expansive park,
Okay.
surrounded by no one that
Could
we
have been a
knew.
birthday picnic.
Could have been a birthday picnic, exactly.
You just got your PB on Park Run, hadn't you?
Yeah.
As you came through the
I said, "Come
end,
and
you
watch-
landed
come
on one
and watch me
knee.
and stand at the finish line in case I get a PB, and then we'll celebrate my running. No, it was in Japan. We were on holiday. It was the first day of the holiday because I couldn't carry the ring around anymore, having carried it internationally. I was like, "That's your problem now."
It's so nerve wracking as
Yeah,
well, isn't it?
it
Taking
is.
it, even if they like go through your suitcase or anything, and they're like, my friend, it happened to him where he had his suitcase sort of, they opened it up and was like, "What's this? What's this?" And he was like, "Can you just be a bit quiet? It's a ring." And it's like he was,
And that reaction is very much also what you'd do if you had a bomb in there,
"Be a
right?
bit quiet. I'm trying to
Yeah.
kill everybody
Yeah.
here. It's drugs."
It's meant to be a surprise killing. Man,
No, I
hate
put
that.
it in with all my insulin and diabetic stuff. So
Oh,
because
smart.
I thought if I lose that, then I'm fucked anyway.
Right.
So I may as well go all in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Married or dead.
Yeah, married or dead. Exactly.
Sounds like a great
Yeah,
TV
yeah,
show.
Yeah.
So it's time for round 3, in which you both have to tell a bedtime story. You've got 2 minutes, and you've got to slip in these three-word phrases. I'm going to let Ed go first.
Okay, cool.
These are your phrases.
Yes.
Matthew, if you'd like to make notes, you can. You've got 2 minutes. Are you ready?
And I'm trying to clock the 3 phrases from Ed's bedtime story.
Yeah.
Got it.
The three-word phrases. Okay, you don't have to do them in that order.
Yeah.
It can be any order. All right, off you go.
There was once a very strong mouse called Toby. Toby was known for his huge, powerful legs, tiny little eyes, long, luxurious whiskers,
Oh, it's clever, this.
fast, furious fists, and tiny, pink tummy. Toby loved another mouse called Wendy.
Okay.
Wendy was known for her long, luscious hair.
Okay.
I'm gonna intervene here and say, dude, you
can't intervene.
No,
This is good stuff.
I think he's playing a blinder here.
You've
I love
stopped
it.
your long list of 3. I think.
Listen, if he finds a loophole,
the clock.
you didn't explain the rules
All right.
beforehand. I think
You're
you're
right.
playing a blinder,
Okay,
Ed.
fine.
Don't listen to this adjudicator because
Long, luscious hair.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Fine taste in fashion.
Just in. Okay, fine. It's not that one. Unless it's taste in fashion or fine tasting. Or was it fine tasting fashion or
And
fine
curvy,
tasting?
curious carbs.
If it's that, Lulu, you're in trouble, mate.
One day, Toby saw Wendy. She was wearing ripped jeans, a taupe tank top,
I can't do it. I can't
and
do
a
it.
brilliant blue beanie. And Toby thought, "Oh, Wendy's looking trendy."
You've got to get them all in.
Yeah.
Hey, don't tell me if he might have got them all in already. Don't give me any clues here, man.
Got 20 seconds. You've got 20 seconds.
He's got plenty of time.
Yeah.
Wendy said, "I love you, Toby. You're my gorgeous mouse, my lovely beau, my handsome rodent, my darling boy,
That's your
my
time.
cheeky lad."
That's your time. Okay,
God.
brilliant there.
I'm just going to
I
say
love
that
that
was...
you're so used to hosting that you actually got quite upset when I jumped in. You were like, no,
You
actually,
can't
no,
change
you
the
can't.
rules mid-game.
No, I didn't know there were rules like that.
No, you're right. You've played in a way that will now affect future guests' rules, but you've been part of the rule making process. Okay, any guesses? You get 3 guesses,
So I've got to nail all 3.
if possible.
I think Wendy's Looking Trendy was one of them.
Wendy's Looking Trendy was one of them.
Okay.
Put that at the end. It was. I shouldn't have put that at the end.
I think Tiny Little Liars was one.
No.
Oh. I think Wearing Ripped Jeans was the 3rd. No. Okay. In which
so
case, I got 1 out of 3.
1 point to Matthew.
The other 2, shall I announce the other
Yes,
2?
please.
Fast Furious Fists and My Darling Boy.
My darling boy.
Right at the end.
Right
yeah.
at the end.
Because Lulu was waiting to finish the whole thing.
Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Well, I got 1 out of 3.
Yeah, not bad.
Not good.
Well, it's not
but
good,
not
though.
Bad.
Yeah.
Will you
You
pass
know.
the pen, please, Matthew?
Yeah, you can have that pen.
Okay.
But I thought you
know
played
what-
that brilliantly, Ed. I
Thank
loved
you.
that.
Yeah.
I know what technique that.
I loved.
Really works out how to do it. Right, Matthew, here's yours. Sorry, Dottie's come up to play a part. I'll get 2 minutes up on the clock. Is this helping you?
Well, resting it on a dog.
Yeah.
Resting the card on the dog. You're all right with this, aren't you?
Yeah, she's fine.
Hello,
She's
pal.
all right. Okay,
Hello, pal.
your 2 minutes, and it's so nice to be on the other side of this. Starts now.
Well, I think it's about time we told Wendy's story. Wendy was a little mouse who didn't enjoy Toby's advances. Quite unwanted, I'd say.
At the end, said that she loved him.
She said that under duress. Good God, Ed. She said that under duress. So, Wendy was just an ordinary yet simple mouse. She was just a warm yet vivacious mouse. She was just a certified yet ring-fenced mouse. She was just an embalmed for eternity mouse.
Embalmed.
She was just a sensual yet tedious mouse. And she didn't need cheeky little Toby getting all up in her grill. Leave off, brother, she used to say. Get out of here. Sling your hook. Good God, boy. Stop eyeing me. Good God, mate. Good God, Marjorie. Good God, Susan. Good God, Stella. There's a reason. Have I got 4 seconds left?
You're right.
There's a reason I live in the city of nonce. But anyway.
Okay, that's your time.
Okay.
Thank you. Very well done.
Right.
Similar tactics employed, also to great effect, I think.
Yeah.
Ed, what are your 3 guesses?
Embalmed for eternity.
Incorrect.
That was good.
Thanks, man.
Made no sense.
That makes quite a lot of sense.
Yeah, I mean, if you're embalmed,
is for eternity.
very
You were
rarely.
It's unlike-
describing a mouse.
Never seen an embalmed mouse. I guess they're going to be
Yeah.
taxidermied,
Yeah,
aren't they?
She was alive.
Sorry, I thought you were saying that it didn't make sense
Oh,
to
no,
be
the
embalmed
phrase makes
for
sense as well.
eternity.
Oh,
Oh,
you
Yeah.
no, the way I
Absolute
used it was all over the place.
Okay,
Yeah,
right.
Good God, Susan.
is correct.
Wow, that's what I knew.
Yeah, you
Out
could
of all
tell,
the
and I did.
good
I did loads of other names as
Yeah,
well,
yeah,
but you
yeah.
knew it was Susan.
The city of Nonce.
Yeah, so you got
Yes.
2 out of 3.
So,
Well done.
congratulations.
Thank you.
Ed. That means that our lullaby to finish up the episode will be coming from Matthew.
Yes, sensual yet tedious. was
Oh,
the other
sorry.
one.
Sensory
Sensual yet tedious.
activities.
okay.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
a good.
yeah.
I enjoyed that list.
Thanks very much.
So whenever you're ready, just sing us to sleep.
Do you want me to get? You've got a guitar in there. Do you want me to?
Oh my god, yeah.
I'll strum a few chords
Oh
as
my
well.
god.
while we're
Right,
at
let
it.
me go grab that.
This is the worst thing that's ever happened to me, by the way.
I can't wait for this. All right.
You went home to get it.
Go to sleep, Eddie boy. You are my favorite joy. Go to sleep, sleepyhead. Wash your face, then go to bed.
That's quite good, actually.
You're a mouse in a house. Your name is Toby, you're small as a louse. But I wanna wrap you up in the sheets. I wanna feed you a plate of meats. I want to make sure that you sleep well tonight. I wanna make sure that your body doesn't spasm and your laptop don't give you a fright. I want to make sure that you
written this in
have
advance.
exfoliated. I want to make sure that you have not masturbated. So
dear.
I'm putting you in
It's a
this
shame.
cage. So you sleep in your little cage, my cage, little boy.
Am I a mouse? It's a cage for my penis.
Ed, you're my caged up little boy.
Wow, creepy.
How was that?
Pretty creepy, man.
That was lovely. Do you feel ready to sleep?
No, I'm terrified now. I'm never going to sleep again.
I am wide awake. Nevertheless, we have to finish off as we always do. So good night, Ed.
Good night.
Good night, Matthew.
Good night, Lulu.
Thanks very much, as always, to my wonderful guests this week. This podcast was produced by Steve Pretty. It was edited by Steve Pretty. The music was by, and you'll never believe this, Steve Pretty. What a guy. Thanks for listening. Honk shoe.